And welcome
Yes.
everybody. Well-being Wednesday, and thank you for being here, whether you're here live or for the recording. And on our HHH, our Happy Health Habits Happy Hour, Midlife Mavens Makeover, where we are manifesting our mindsets, all the good things, all the alliterations. But we're here for support and yes, today, December 24th. So some are traveling, some people have family over, but here we are in our support group because we need it every day, right? So
Yes.
welcome,
Yes, we
Betty.
do.
Welcome, Sharon. We got our regulars here. And if anybody else pops in on their lunch break, hey, Erica, and anybody is welcome. So we're just keeping consistent on our Wednesdays, even though holidays and travel and time off and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Amy Michelle is still out and unavailable. So I get to be your host again today. So this is great. And I'm glad to see each one of you.
Yes.
You're here, you're in the right place at the right time. And maybe this would be a good time for a little breath check, just a little nervous system regulation, right? We all
Yes.
came rush and take a deep breath and yes, I'm here now. I'm here and I'm present. And if you just take a few seconds to notice, hey, Julie made it. Welcome, welcome.
Oh,
Come on in. We're just getting started. We're going to do a little breath break to come to be at the present moment. But it's also a great thing to do while you're doing your deep breathing. If you want to do hand on chest and hand on belly, just to make sure that you're really breathing into the belly, the diaphragm breathing, and not too deep that you're going to pass out. Don't hold your breath too long and don't go too fast. You want to slow things down a minute. And as you do, just look around your room, or even if you're with your eyes closed, just kind of scan and notice 5 different colors of things that you see. Red, something blue, something yellow, something purple, something green. And now notice 4 things you can touch. If you actually can reach and touch them, maybe the fabric on your pants or the countertop. 4 things you can touch. Even if you can't reach it, imagine what it would feel like. Is it hard or soft? Is it warm or cold? Is it rough or smooth? And now notice 3 things you can hear. Got a fan going, a heater going. I can hear the fan on my computer.
yes.
Any birdies outside? Maybe
No.
the neighbors playing music. Just notice 3 things you could hear. What about 2 things you can smell? Maybe fresh shampoo, laundry detergent, got my
Yeah.
essential oils. I always got them nearby. And what is one
Lotion.
thing you can taste? Even if you don't have it right there, you know what your favorite fruit tastes like. Almost makes your mouth water, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And all those sensory things bring us into the present, whether they're real or imagined or remembered. Your brain doesn't know the time difference, if it's future or past. So it only knows the present. So it's great to use our imagination for some of the things. If you have a physical item to touch, that's great. But if you just imagine, what would it feel like, smell like, taste like? And those are good things to bring down your anxiety. I mean, 5 things, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it literally only takes seconds. And if you feel anxiety coming up during the day, or you feel rushed or pushed or stressed, or before you have to make a big decision, come to the present, do another deep breath. Long exhale, letting out what no longer serves us. And you're doing a manual override of your nervous system. You're now in rest and digest, possible relaxation mode, and to see the possibilities. We're now re-engaging our prefrontal cortex, where we can have conscious, logical thought and make a good decision. How's that feel?
Yes,
Yeah, in
nice.
just 1 minute. So I like to start out I even do that in the morning. If I'm not in a rush to get up, bash the alarm, run to the bathroom. But just take that time in the morning, in the evening when you go back to bed, just whew, swoosh the things from the day out. Maybe write them down. And if you like to journal, one thing is called a mind dump, which could be your to-do list. Oh, I gotta do this and this and this and this tomorrow. I'm already in bed or getting ready for bed. Part of your nighttime routine can be dumping those worries, and then tomorrow we'll work on them.
Yes.
But if you don't get your good night's sleep, and a good morning routine starts with the evening routine the day before. So just clearing, not emptying your mind, but pushing those worries aside.
Yes.
Yeah. So, in being able to make good decisions, and we're here as our mutual support group, friends, um, what were some good decisions you made today or this week since we last met, or not so good and maybe need help with, or you got some coming up and it's like, eek, what do I do? After taking a few breaths, and does anyone have any wins they would like to share, or from the win call? Pointers if you were on one of the win calls.
Okay. Well,
Are you? Go ahead, Betty.
okay. I was going to say I have a quick win this today.
Yeah.
Roxy had asked if I would work with her and do a little video thing, a little. And so she had sent me some questions. And so this morning I wrote out and timed myself um, my answers for her. And she had two questions and 40 seconds for each question. First one in 38. The second one was a minute 9. And I worked at it and paired it and paired it and got it down to 48 seconds. So I,
I think
that's
that
a,
averages out pretty good.
yes, yes. And then
And
she
so
and
are
I
you
can
going
work
to do
together
that?
on the Spanish.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that going to be for a Spanish interview?
Yeah, yeah,
In
but
Spanish?
she wants it in English and in Spanish or something.
Oh,
I'm not quite sure why, but so but I said, yeah, then we can practice and do a little Spanish with it too. So do
good.
that so I have that practice down. Otherwise, it takes longer in Spanish for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's nice. She gives you the questions ahead of time. Oh, you've really been doing a lot supporting Roxy. That's great.
Oh yes, it's so much fun. It's my Spanish friend in Michigan.
That's right. Michigan, Minnesota, it's,
Yeah, it's
practically the same.
practically the same. Snow,
Just kind of
mosquitoes. Yeah.
a far drive, a far commute, but
No,
thankful for
no.
Zoom and other electronic.
Isn't it miraculous? This Zoom is just really, it
Yeah.
it really is. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
And have you been able to get on the win calls, Betty? Have you been
except
doing
this last few weeks, I've been so busy finishing up Christmas stuff and getting it out and doing for
not all?
I've got 6 new great grandkids, and so I thought
Whoa.
my eyes are going. I want to do my sewing right now because I don't know the next few years
Doing when you can.
what
Yep.
all I can do. So I get it out
And
now
while
and
the sun shines, it's easier in the daylight,
yes,
which
yes,
is
it is.
limited as well.
Yeah,
But we survived the shortest day of the year, girls, Monday.
yeah, yes.
It's
So we,
only getting better from here on out.
yes, it is. It's getting better all the time. So good.
Okay.
Oh
And
yeah.
good for you for keeping up with what you can. That's more than 1%, I would say,
Yeah. Oh,
already.
good.
So,
Yes.
oh yeah.
Mm.
If you're looking for your 1% wins, you've already mentioned several. And
Yes.
and how
Thank
about
you.
you, Sharon? Are you able to get on the win calls or some of the other? I don't know if Dr. Fleischer was on last night. I think she
No,
was
she wasn't.
taking a week
She
off.
didn't
Yeah.
plan on last night with it being. Christmas week. Yeah, I was just looking through my notes. Oh, um, um, a couple things from the wind calls. I I like to write down things that quotes kind of that people, say. And a couple of them were, um, um, the person who loves the walk goes far. Don't focus on the destination. So basically, I take that as, love the journey. Dave Blanchard always talked about enjoy the journey. Um, don't and it's not about losing weight. It's about gaining health.
Ooh, I love that one too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And um, another one, how well they talked about how has either being a client or a coach helped you lead from the future and act in the now. So when we talk about our future self, thinking about our future self, and then acting that way in the now.
Yeah.
Where is
Oh,
how are we going to get to our future self? So I mean,
that,
another,
I like that.
That is a great quote. I
I
remember
do like that.
A saying that one, and that's actually a really good exercise, mental exercise that a lot of people will be, setting New Year's resolutions or whatever they want to call them, because as Amy likes to say, it's not a resolution. We got to do a whole revolution, a whole transformation. But what you do now is picture where you want to be in 2026, in, how you feel at the end of the year, how you feel in your body, in your financial situation, in your work situation, in your family situation, whichever one, just take one angle of it at a time and visualize my future self. And it's just easy
Yes.
enough to say at the end of the year. And it's actually a really neat exercise to write it down as if this were right now, December 2026. I
Hmm.
feel more empowered. And you might find you're going to use your word of the year. I am healthy. I am, in the present statements, even though it's a year in the future. You can do it 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. But if you feel into it, how was it worded? See the future, act from
how
the
would you
future,
lead?
lead from the future.
How would you lead from the future and act
Yeah.
in the now?
Yeah. So speak in the future as if it were the present. In December 26th, am feeling really good, and you can get more specific. And everything you write down or think and feel will help you to determine, well, then my next simplest step to get toward that, I can do today. And then tomorrow you can do another one. And you will literally start to feel and step into the new you. And you can become that person. So act in the now. So seeing our
And
future self and making the decisions now.
along with
Yeah.
that would be, um, what would the future me do?
Mm,
Ah,
I mean,
good one.
in our daily, in now, what would my future, what would I be doing? What would
Yeah.
another way of putting it, what would a healthy person be doing?
Yeah.
Acting
yeah.
right now.
Yeah. So
I
if I
mean,
were already that future me, what would be my best decision regarding this
mhm.
health thing or whatever? Yeah. Emotional health, physical health.
Be
Excellent,
much improved.
Sharon.
Much improved, I think.
Right? It's always going
Because
to be the next best step forward.
in your future you always see yourself perfectly. You're doing this right, that right. But then if you say, well, if I were doing it now, it's like, oh, well, maybe I better get up off my duff and do a little something, you know? I better,
And there's your internal motivation, and you
yeah,
can feel right doing it because
yes.
you are becoming your future self.
Yeah, because the dust that's not there in the future had to come from the dust rag that I swirl today, you know.
Yeah,
Um, yes, that's very motivating. Good one, Sharon.
it is. It's very
Thanks for
powerful.
writing that one down.
Well, I don't know that I got it perfect, but it's no something along that line. So, um,
So, as long as
and
you get us to shift our brains, you know, we shifted a little bit, so
well,
that's good.
and the other what I think, well, the last element, and I don't know if that must have been a couple days ago, element 26. And I really wanted talking about, ultra health, but um, Dr. Anderson must have in there that 20 to 30% our genetics is only 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
If
And
even that much. Yeah,
yeah,
wow.
if even that much. And how often do we hear, people say, well, you know, I'm going to be like my mother, I'm going to be like my
Mhm.
grandparents, or,
Yeah.
my mom was diabetic, my mom had high blood pressure, all those things related to our metabolic health. And it's only, I mean, longevity is in our control. I did write that down.
Mhm. I love
Yeah.
that. Longevity
Longevity
is
is
in
in
our
our control.
control. And that was under the ultra health.
Yeah, that was whatever
Yeah,
day that was, but
beautiful.
um,
Yeah,
longevity
and
is,
so the genetic component, I mean, my parents were this tall and I'm gonna be this tall, or I am this tall,
Mhm.
or I have this color hair or this color eyes or
Yeah.
skin. I mean, we don't have a lot that we can change with that, but
right.
our weight and how we feel and how our organs function,
Yep.
Yeah.
we might have a propensity towards something, but it's not all set in stone. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a good one, Sharon, to help us rephrase things like, oh, I'm gonna die at this age from this
Yep.
ailment
Yeah.
because
And then we live
everybody,
up to that, and we don't have to. We do not
yeah,
have to. Yeah.
My
no
my
doomsday calling here.
my mom died at age 55. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, when you put, I mean, yeah, that's very doesn't have to be, you know.
No.
Um,
No.
one of the things from Monday night, I was on my phone, so I didn't get to take notes, but when I was talking
Mhm.
to Elaine, Monday, no, yesterday, you know, one of her takeaways she loved the scenario or the analogy that they were talking about fueling your car. You don't put in diesel in your
Mhm.
um, car that takes regular fuel, unleaded or something.
Yep,
Um, you
don't mess
don't,
up the engine.
you maintain your car, you know. Same way with, what are you putting in your body? You know, it's the same analogy is how do you want your body to function? How do you want to feel? How do you want to run, basically? And
Good.
so it was a
Exactly.
great
Yes.
analogy of that, how we treat
Oh
our
wow,
car,
yeah.
you know, and he said something about if you want your car for longevity, a lot of times people trade cars every 3 to 4 years, you know, but if we want to have a car for a long time, we've got to take care of that
We maintain it.
car,
Yeah.
just like our longevity, health span. So it was a
Yeah.
good, it was a good
Yes.
analogy. for that.
Yeah, and I think we can all relate to that, to the car, even if we're not mechanically inclined. We know that if you take good care of it, maintain it, get the oil changes,
Yeah.
put the proper fuel in,
Yeah.
it's going to last longer.
Hmm.
Why not so much more so with our living, breathing biological selves?
Yeah. And,
So,
and
Absolutely.
and you don't take risks. You like maintain windshield washer because in a dusty situation or sloshy when it's just melting and stuff, you have that to clean off your windows and you can see and you're doing something healthy in that in your car. And that's what
Yeah.
we kind of need to do with ourselves too. It's that
Yeah. As simple as windshield
it
washing fluid,
is.
a little more antifreeze in the winter.
Yeah, yes, just do the things that yeah, don't go walking barefoot through the snow because you might get frostbite. You just you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. So,
Yeah, that's great. And some of the things that should come naturally, maybe we need told and explained.
yeah.
But now we know, and with knowledge and awareness, we can implement it.
Yeah.
So that was a great one too. Good comparison. You got a
Yeah.
couple more there, Sharon?
well, this morning's question was about which is one financial blessing in your life that you wouldn't have without coaching? And you know, there was a lot of great answers, and the one that really, I guess, hit struck me was that all of the education, I mean, whether it's win calls, I mean, it's
Mhm.
our Wednesday, like this Zoom. Think of all of the knowledge, um, if we had to pay for, you know,
Mm,
all of
Yeah.
all of this kind of information, we wouldn't do it, you know. But we have so many resources that we can um,
Yeah.
tap into that really, support us.
yeah. And define which one suits you best.
Yeah.
Is it the live interaction? Is it a book? Is it a recording, a podcast?
Yeah.
There's
Hmm.
always something available. And if you need suggestions, that's where we can guide each
Hmm.
other. And
Yeah.
hey, I loved this video from last week, or, and share it.
Hmm.
And we can support each other that way too. But find out what you are best learning and your friend that you want to share it
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Best way of learning.
Yeah. Because you're passing it on. It becomes internalized when you start passing it on to someone else and to talk to other people
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah,
And
that's
so,
true.
but sometimes you need just that private time with your coach. You need to talk to your coach
Hmm.
and just say, help, or don't hate me. I don't hate you.
No.
I accept you.
Well, that was just part of it. What resources do you need?
Hmm. Yeah.
How
And
can you
they're
be
there. They really
supported?
are.
How can you be supported the most?
Yeah. You just need to find the time to go and grab it, to do it. And the nice thing about on this is if you are an insomniac, which I'm not anymore, um, I could get on and do listen to something at an 11 o'clock or something like that at late at night because I'm not bothering anyone. I'm not, calling up anybody. I can still get what I need at that time of night if that's the only time I have to
Hmm.
get it without interruption or noise or someone's TV. Someone has TV, I have the computer.
There you go.
But we're in different rooms, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Uh,
But that's a good point. You can always be learning and finding
mhm.
the encouragement and motivation at
And the
whatever time is
books.
best for you,
Oh,
and
the
and
books,
not
yeah.
go down the deep
Yeah,
dark spiral,
yeah,
and to stay focused and motivated. And we all need reminders. It's rarely new information Every once in a while we do learn something new, scientific, or learn something new about ourselves. But
I know.
usually it's just reminders. But these little phrases you had and illustrations, Sharon, thank you for pulling those out because those are things that will stick with us. And
Yeah.
like the one from Dr. A, leave from the future, act in the now. It's like, oh, I heard that, but it makes so much sense when we just take a little more
Well,
time
when
and
we talk about
yeah.
it, what does it really mean, to you?
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
does it mean to?
And how often in a wind call have they done elements so and so, and you sit there and you go, oh my goodness, I've never heard that before. And as you're following along, and there's your note from a year and a half ago where you said, what a good idea, remember, and it's just underlined, and you have exclamation point. It's like, oh, I should have come back here maybe. But I've done that so many different times where it's like, oh, that's really good. That's interesting. I've written it down and went back and checked element whatever, or habits of health 3.4 or whatever. And there it
Yeah.
is. I've already underlined it, and a note to myself, to do it. I had a Spanish professor who always said, whenever you look up a word, put a dot by it. If there's 3 or 4 dots, you need to learn the word. And how many times that was true. I would go, I've never heard of this word, look it up, and there's 3 dots by it. Ooh,
Never heard of
it's
it.
time to learn this word.
Apparently you have, but yeah.
I have, I just haven't used it. And so I do that. I find that there too. In my books, nobody wants my books. Nobody wants my old used books,
Because they're
but
personalized to you.
yes, they are. Yes, they
All
are.
marked up. No, that's good. I often can't read a book without a pen or pencil in my hand because I had marked something up. And
Yeah,
but that's a really good point, Betty. I love that. And I'm pretty sure Dr. A planned it when he made the Habits of Health book. I mean, we go through the elements in a year.
yeah,
So, in January we're going to start back at element 1, but we can all do that personally on our own. We go to whichever one you need, but
yeah,
sometimes it's really good just back to the basics. And like you said, oh, good point, but it's already
yeah.
underlined. There's already a dot by it.
And maybe it's time to learn this now. Maybe this is something that I do need instead of letting it pass like smoke, that it actually gets etched in on something and stays in my mind. So
And
yeah.
that's why we're, the happy healthy habits. Is you happy habit and stack the next one on, but work on one.
Uh-huh.
If we're trying to work on too many at once, we're probably going to get overwhelmed and give up. So just
Yeah.
pick the one. And when that is a habit and it's going good for you, then you can
Yeah.
stack. Then you do another one, or you connect
Yeah.
one thing to another thing. When I drink water in the morning, I also take my supplements, or,
Yes.
whatever things go together. When I brush my teeth, I do my squats. I don't, but I've heard it lots of times. That works for some people. Yeah, but with the supplements, my husband's like, good thing for supplements, or you wouldn't drink enough water. Maybe.
Yeah.
But you
I
have
know.
it stacking, putting on the good things,
Yes.
but get one to actually become a habit. Then you can anchor in the next one, and
Yeah.
it's all
And and when I remember, I have the balance things that I'm supposed to do every day. And when I'm right on top of things, as I wait for my cup of coffee or my hot chocolate in the morning, I do I do the balance. But then I go a couple of weeks without ever doing one, and then something jogs me, and it's like, oh, you're not as steady as you were. Okay, and then you start doing them again, and you're back on
well. That's
track.
a good reminder. Back at it.
Yeah, so I try to hook it into something like that because I'm going to be there. Usually it's my cup of hot chocolate. I have that first thing in the morning. That's just it's a good thing to
Yeah,
get up, reach for that, and have that as my first fueling. And so, um, and that's when I try to remember to do it. But now I'm going to remember it for the next 2 weeks, that, and then I'll, then,
yeah.
And then
And
it'll
that's
do.
why I've seen a few different things. They say a habit, to form a habit, it takes 21 days or something. I've heard
Yeah.
different explanations. There was a really good one, and I'd have to dig out my notes. I don't know if you know Jim Quick. He's like the brain guy.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard it. Yeah.
for brain health and lots of things. Anyway, he interviewed a specialist, a doctor, and she was explaining the technical thing that goes on in the brain, that it actually, the 21 days is to start it, but then to really get the roots down and anchor it, actually took another a couple weeks, 48 days. But that's the idea. If you can consciously remember it for 21 days, it's like willpower gets you so
Yes.
far, but then when it really truly is a habit, it is ingrained in you, then it's one of those things you don't actually think about. It's
You
like,
don't have to think.
that's
Yeah.
just what I do, which is proof, going back to the previous, not everything is genetic. We can, all us old dogs can learn new tricks.
Yes, we do.
It really doesn't have anything to do with age. And these are great brain, um, not tricks, not hacks, but it's the way we were designed,
Yeah.
but harness the power that's in
Yeah.
there.
And they're
It's
trying.
interesting to know the science behind it, but we are constantly growing and learning. And sometimes when we got dementia, Alzheimer's creeping in, and a
Yeah.
more reason to practice good, healthy habits.
Exactly, because you don't want that stuff creeping in, and the old joke. I've been thinking a lot about the hereafter. Every time I go in a room, I say, "What am I hereafter?" To say. Then you have to go back to the first room.
Oh,
Oh,
look, I
yeah.
forgot.
I couldn't read this page, so I went to go get my glasses, and now I'm going to go now, and
Yeah,
then all the way in there, pick up your glasses, pick up your glasses, pick up, and then so you can go back. You
that's
know, you
back. Work your way back.
yes,
Well,
and
I've
but you
actually
have
done
to.
something like that. If I
You
can't remember, then I have to drink water. And
That's
and
a
I
good
actually usually do remember to drink water, even if I don't remember what I'm
what you're
looking
supposed
for.
to do. Yeah,
But sometimes the water lubricates the brain and it goes back. But that
yes,
that habit is anchored for me. So
that's yeah, and then
it's the
my
short term that's kind of fuzzy.
yeah, and I have to anchor mine with the fuelings that it okay. Here's what my medication that I need, which I'm losing medication like crazy. That's nice, but the medication
Oh,
I do
losing as
some
in
at
not
each
needing to
fuel. I
take?
do some at each
Losing as in,
fueling. Huh? Pardon?
you said I'm losing medication, as in not needing to take, or as in can't find?
As in, you don't need to do this. You're not pre-diabetic. You're not
Okay.
da da da.
Okay.
So I've lost
Not
a lot,
needing to take as
but I
much.
but
I got it.
so
Carry on.
you got but I put it with each fueling that I take certain ones that I do need, and that way then, well, if my medicine is sitting here, then I know that I didn't take my water at that meal. And so
Yeah.
then you take it then. It may be late, but at least you take it then. But that way you get in at least 6 glasses of water a day. That's
I love it.
that's six.
Yeah. Because with your
Yes.
6 fuelings,
Yes.
space,
Uh-huh.
a little bit smaller meals, and then you're not overeating, but you're also remembering to take your
And to
medicines. That's
take
great.
the
Medicine, water, fueling, taken care
yeah.
of.
And it isn't all medicine, but it might be like the
Supplement.
mushroom stuff, but that
Yep. Well, as I
that's
know, Betty.
yeah, I know. Yes, we have those. Works. They're in my refrigerator. You can just pull it out, drink.
Yeah, and it helps. So all those little things helps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a challenge for each of you today that is here, present, and on the recording. We would love to hear, have you, and we're going to talk about this more next week, but
Okay.
do you already have a word of the year? Did you have one for 2025 and do you have one for 2026?
Yes and yes.
Okay, you want to share?
Okay. The one I used last year, moderation. I've used that the year before that, and I kept moderation follow through because I needed longer to work with. But in working with Kate, she's come up with. She said a word a few times, and so I've written it down, and I'm trying to incorporate it, but intentional,
Ooh.
intentional. So. I'm going to try and make intentional choices in my
All
food,
right.
intentional choices in my habits. And so I'm I'm going real strong with that word because she's used it a
Good.
few
Yeah. If
times.
it comes up a lot, if you resonate with it, go with that
Yes,
one.
and
And even
because
Erica, if you had a word for the year 2025, you could put it in the chat, or if you're thinking of one now for next year, put it in chat if you would like. And we'll talk more about it next week. Sharon, did you have, I think you had a word for the year. I don't remember it. Do
I
you?
did. I hate to say I don't remember what it was. I thought it had something to do with thriving in 25 or
Thrive in 25. I bet that's what it was. And have you
thrive
thought
in.
of it for 2026 yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, that's your homework for this week.
Yeah, or it was something, I don't know if it was
I think it was Thrive in 2025.
yeah.
Or that was one of the, because Amy, she changes. She threw that
Yeah,
one out there, and I'm like, ooh, I like that one too.
yeah. I don't know. I like I said, I thought it had something to do with thriving, but I'm not sure. It seemed like there was another word with it.
but yeah,
And I don't know. There was something I've always thought about. It's not just a word, but authentically me,
Ooh, I like it.
um,
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
is something I like to
yeah.
try to focus on. And I don't know if it's
Well, I think that really comes through in your heartfelt sharing with so many of your friends or random people you come in contact with.
Mhm.
You share from your heart. You are authentic. I mean, there's
Yes,
nothing fake about sharing.
so.
It's
yes. No,
100%
she's
pure. Pure
If
heart,
that
probably
wasn't
pure heart.
last year, then I think I want to, have something
But
regarding
that can come into this year then,
that.
if
yeah.
you
Yeah.
want
So,
to have that in
but like you
yourself.
said, we kind of change throughout the year as the year goes by, and
And that's okay too.
you know, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we're growing and
if you're
changing.
growing and you need something, yeah, if
Hmm.
you
Whatever comes up
keep
for you.
going.
So that might even be a fun discussion if you've got family coming in this week, this weekend. Have you thought of, have you done a word for the year? And I picked this one and it helped me focus on this. And I want to do this one because it's going to help me with this. And it's just a good way to get discussion going and,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
get someone else thinking about healthy habits too.
yeah. So
So,
I'll, I choose to write that down and put it up on the wall because if it's not on the wall for me to look at and read, then I
and you can
don't remember it
get a
either.
bigger wall there, Betty. But I see you adding on every time your quilt gets things
Ye-
added on, and it's
Yes, and
great.
I've added yeah. I haven't done much lately, but I have done a lot of quilts for other people. So, but sometimes you have to stop and add on to your
Yeah,
for
I
yourself.
really feel like I'm in a classroom because you have a teacher's wall. It's all up there. The whole
Yes,
year, the whole well, that's a little couple
yeah,
last
it
couple.
does. And sometimes you just come in and you have to look right, say, well, what does this say back here? Especially like right behind me because I don't see that
Yeah,
because I'm always
yeah,
sitting in front of it. And so then sometimes I have to go back here and it's just, how do I get there? And it's just like, do I go rocket ship, roads? There's road maps there, material road maps. don't know if you can see them and
But
stuff.
it's a really neat way of doing it, especially the quilt concept, because everything has a meaning.
Yeah. And then if
Tells
I
a
make
story.
another one, then I can pull this one down and use it because, and in the back, on this one, I just pulled whatever scraps of fleece I had. So all over, it's just patchworks of fleece on the back,
Mhm.
which is me. But I like this one here. I've got llamas going this way and this one's going that way. And I said, part of the group, yet unique. And then I put my name, Betty, on there. Just to
That's Betty.
so,
That says so much about us here on our Wellbeing Wednesdays. Part of the group, and yet
yes,
each one of
part of
us
the
is
group,
unique.
and yet we're each so neat and so unique and so much fun. It's just that's we
And that's
really
it. So have fun with thinking and talking about your word
okie
this
doke.
past year and for next year. And next week when we reconvene, I think it's the 31st, next Wednesday.
So
So we can start
I put
really
a little
setting
light
our.
bulb by that.
Mhm.
There's my word, and there's a little light bulb in my.
Yeah, bling bling ideas. And we're going to go into a little bit more on that, and I have a few ideas to share with everybody. So
Okay, good.
looking forward to it already. So did anybody have another question or a share before we go?
I, I
No,
don't
well, we
know.
covered a
Just
lot.
yes,
Great discussion. Thank you.
yes.
Yes,
Thank
thank you.
you, and you guys have a wonderful week, wonderful Christmas. Just have a lot of fun. Just enjoy.
And we'll see you next week, and we'll do it all again,
Okay.
maybe with more friends. So bring a friend too.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right, I
Take
will be
care.
there. So,
Bye
Okay.
now.
Bye
Merry
bye.
right.
Christmas.
Merry
See you
Christmas.
next week too. Bye bye.
Bye.